So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Euro NBA video. So in today's video, we're talking about Paul George signing a 4-year, $137 million deal with OKC. Yes, he signed back with OKC. I don't think anybody expected this except for OKC fans. I thought he was going to go to the Lakers, and I'm pretty sure every single Lakers fan thought he was going to the Lakers. But yeah, now he's not going to Lakers, and all Lakers fans are probably depressed right now.
So basically, what I was thinking of was, oh fuck, I can't believe you've done this.
So, sorry if you're a Lakers fan. Hopefully LeBron goes to your team. I don't know what I think about this though, because Paul George, he was kind of inconsistent when he was on the freaking Thunder because he didn't have the basketball most of the time, because obviously Russell Westbrook had the basketball most of the time, and he just turned kind of into a spot-up shooter, and then he was inconsistent with shooting, so it was kind of bad. But you know, it was his first year. I could let it slide since it was his first year. But like, if next year he comes back and he's still inconsistent, then you know he probably has to leave OKC because there's something wrong with their system or something. Because Billy Donovan is not even that good of a coach. I thought he was gonna go to like either the Lakers or maybe even the Utah Jazz. I saw some people thinking that he might have went to the Jazz. If he would have signed with the Utah Jazz, I don't know, maybe he would have been better with the Utah Jazz than the Thunder. But you know, it's a small sample size because it was only 1 year with OKC and Roberson was out. That's probably why he resigned, because he was like, oh, it was our first year, our chemistry's not totally there yet, and Andre Roberson got injured for most of the season. We didn't have our best defensive player on our team, and you know, it was just a bad year. So maybe he resigned hoping that next year it will all turn around, since Roberson's probably going to be back, and it's going to be his second year there and Melo's second year there, so maybe their chemistry will get better and maybe they will turn into a pretty good team like everybody expected in their first year. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good signing for Paul George, unless it goes bad in the second season. But yeah. Wait, hold up, there's somebody at my door. Bro, bro, come in. Yo, CP3 just signed with the Rockets, 4-year max deal. Talk about it right now. Oh shoot, really? CP3 just signed with the freaking Rockets? Alright, hold up. Let me just... Okay, apparently CP3 just signed a max deal with the Rockets, so he's going back to the Rockets. This is kind of a good / bad deal for the Rockets, because CP3, I mean, he's a good player. Maybe if he didn't get injured in the West Finals, they would have went to the Finals and beat the Cavs. He's a top point guard in the league, so it's a pretty good signing for them, because, you know, obviously they get CP3 back and maybe they could go to the Finals next year. But it's also a risky signing for them because it's a 4-year deal. And, you know, in 4 years, CP3 is going to be pretty old, and he's probably not going to be as good. Bro, there's a car outside. But as of now, I think it's a pretty good signing for the Rockets, because obviously CP3 will lead them to like a good playoff run and maybe even the Finals next year. So that's a pretty good signing for the Rockets and a pretty good signing for CP3. Oh my god, he's back at my door. Wait, hold up. Bro, come in. DeAndre Jordan just signed a freaking 1-year, $24 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. Talk about this right now. Oh sure, yeah, I'll talk about it. DeAndre Jordan signing with the Mavs. He's still a pretty good player. DeAndre Jordan just signed a 1-year, $24 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks. And this time, Blake Griffin and CP3 can't stop him from going to the Dallas Mavericks, because, you know, they're not there anymore. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good signing for the Mavericks, because it's only for 1 year. So if it doesn't work out, then, you know, they could just like let him go in the next offseason. And, you know, they kind of needed a center because Nerlens Noel has not been cutting it, and, you know, all their other centers are like below average. They really needed a center, and, you know, they got one, DeAndre Jordan. He's one of the top centers in the league. They already have Dennis Smith Jr. to like facilitate to DeAndre Jordan, and they just got Luka Doncic to facilitate and throw the lobs to DeAndre Jordan. So I think this is a great signing for the Mavericks, because, you know, if it doesn't work out, then they could just let him go in the next offseason. But if it does work out, maybe they'll sign him to a longer extension in the offseason. I think it was a pretty good signing for DeAndre Jordan, because he's going to the team that he wanted to go to a couple years ago. But yeah, oh my god, he's back at my door. Bro, come in. I can't believe this guy. Trevor Ariza just signed with the freaking Phoenix Suns for a 1-year deal. Okay, I'll talk about it. Oh my god, I mean, Trevor Ariza is not even that good anymore, but you know, I'll talk about him because I guess. Okay. Our Trevor Ariza signed a 1-year, $15 million deal with the Suns. The Suns team is actually pretty lit now because, you know, they have Devin Booker, Alfred Payton, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, and now they have freaking Trevor Ariza for 1 year. Just like the DeAndre Jordan deal, if it doesn't work out in the first year, just let him dip in the offseason. But if it does work out, maybe sign him to a longer contract. But yeah, I think it's pretty good for the Suns. He's a pretty good defensive player. He's a pretty good 3-and-D player. So I think it'll work out for the Suns. But yeah, it's a pretty good signing for Trevor Ariza because he's going to a team that already has a bunch of stars. Devin Booker and possibly DeAndre Ayton. So, you know, he could just spot up in a corner just like he did in Houston and make 3-pointers and just be a good defender. And yeah, that's pretty much what he's good at. DeAndre Ayton is in the post about to score. And then the other team double teams off of Trevor Ariza. Ayton passes it back out to Trevor Ariza. Wide open 3-pointer, splash. Or maybe Devin Booker drives to the paint and then Trevor Ariza's man leaves to go like try to block Devin Booker's layup attempt, but then Devin Booker passes it back out to Trevor Ariza, and then he splashes the 3, splash. But yeah, I think it's a pretty good signing for Ariza. He could realistically fit into any team's system, but the Suns, they're about to have a pretty good team next season. Oh my god, these guys really back. Oh my god, bro, come in. Derrick Rose literally just signed a 1-year deal with the Timberwolves. Talk about this right now. I know you're a Bulls fan. You used to be on the Bulls, so you probably should talk about this. Really want me to talk about Derrick Rose? I mean, I know he was on the Bulls a couple years ago, but like he's kind of fell off recently. But you know, I will talk about him. You know, I will talk about him. That guy's ugly. Derrick Rose signed a 1-year deal with the Timberwolves. A pretty good signing for Derrick Rose because, you know, there's probably not a lot of teams that want to sign him. And the Timberwolves are willing to sign him, so it's a pretty good sign for Derrick Rose. I think it's a pretty decent signing for the Timberwolves because, you know, they get another point guard to come off the bench. And, you know, he has a bunch of his old teammates with him. I just think he'll be a good spark plug off the bench. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next time. So what's up? What you say? Feeling good, I'm feeling great.